All right. So this concept of blaming and putting all the blame on Eve, that is Hawa alayhi salam, is a biblical concept. That's not in the Quran. In Quran, you have all the dual pronouns used, where both of them are addressed. Uh, both are asked not to go near the tree, and when they eat, both are held equally responsible. There is only one place here wherein Adam alayhi salam is addressed separately. That is when right in the beginning, وَيَا آدَمْ وَيَا آدَمُ اسْكُنْ أَنْتَ وَزَوْجُكَ. This is the only place where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing Adam alayhi salam, separately, you and your wife. And all the other places you see the dual pronoun used, and both addressed together. So then we have وَقَاسَمَهُمَا. So again, this is قَاسَمَ. قَاسَمَ, it's a verb. It's form 3. Madi. قَاسَمَ يُقَاسِمُ. Means to take an oath. Kasam khana, like we say, very common, right, word for us. Kasam khana. So waqasama huma. He sweared, right? Usne kasam khai. So he swore. He swore to them. So in English, you would use the pronoun swear to them. So then you will use an object them. But in Arabic, we don't need lahuma or ila or no preposition. Directly connect with the verb qasama. So qasama huma, and this mad is there because there are two alifs, right? There's a hamza coming and very difficult, I told you, to pronounce when especially alif before it. So this you got to stretch. So huma is the same huma we have, but here, in order to make sure that there's a hamza next to it and it doesn't get disappeared altogether, right, when you're pronouncing, so it comes out, so that mad is there. So waqasamahuma. So he swore to them. What he swore to them? He told them, Inni lakuma laminan nasihin. That indeed I am for you minan nasihin, laminan nasihin. That is, I'm the one who what's nasiha, right? Advice. I'm your advisor. I'm the one who is giving you a good advice. So inni is what? So this is inna plus ya mutakallim. So this is inna of emphasis, right? Harfu tawkid wa nasb. And then we have ya. Ya is the ismu inna. And there's another variant of it like innani, inni or innani. So if you say innani, then you're adding an extra noon there as noon vikaya, right? So then inna remains inna and noon vikaya, and then there is ya mutakallim, because wherever there is ya mutakallim getting connected to any word, like whether it's a noun or it's a verb or a particle, in this case inna is a particle, right? It's a harf. So this ya mutakallim makes change in it, gives a kasra to the word before it. So with respect to the verbs, we bring in noon vikhaya whenever there is ya mutakallim getting attached to the verb. With nouns, we don't care much. That's no problem. But even in this in we have two choices, right? So either you bring noon vikhaya, then inna is going to remain. So then it's going to be innani. But if you don't have noon vikhaya, so you have inni. Obviously, then you give a kasra to inna. All right, so in here we have inni used at this place. وَقَاسَمَهُمَا inni. So ya mutakallim is going to be the ismu inna. Now we're going to look for the khabaru inna here. So inni lakuma lamina nasihin. So lakuma for you, kuma, so you, both of you, right? Again, a dual pronoun. So keep this thing in mind. So wherever the dual pronoun is going to be, lamina nasihin. So minan nasihin is our khabar, and jar majroor lakuma is also a khabar, because jar majroor will always be a khabar. So all of this is the khabar. But this one we are concerned with right now, minan nasihin. So min is a harf jar, and we have nasihin. Nasihun is the plural, sound masculine plural, and its majroor form is going to be nasihin. Now, why is there this? What is this lam doing here? Min is a harf jar. Can anyone tell me what this lam is? La. Why do we have a la here? You guys know it. What is that lam known as?
is حرف توكيد. توكيد.
No, there's a particular name for it. It is there for emphasis, but it's a particular name for this lam. So this lam actually was supposed to be in the beginning, all right? So if the lam, yes, yes, tell me.
لام الابتداء.
Lam al-ibtida, it's right, but that's when it comes in the beginning. So it's the same lam. If this lam comes in the beginning of a sentence, then it will be lam al-ibtida. That's for emphasis. But it's not coming in the beginning, it's coming on the khabar. The reason why it's coming on the khabar is because there is an inna coming in the beginning. So when you cannot have inna as well as lam in the beginning. So if the lam was there in the beginning of Jumla Ismiya, I'm talking about, and so inna comes, another emphasis, the double emphasis. So it pushes the lam away, and the lam goes and sits on the khabar. Now remember this lam is known as lam al muzahlaqa now. So lam al ibtidaiya was there, but that's when it had it come in the beginning of this, but it does not come in the beginning. It is now coming on the khabar. So a very easier example for this is Surah Asr, right? Surah Al Asr we have innal insana lafi khusr, right? So we have, for example, so the sentence is like this. I'll give an example from Surah Al Asr. Al Al Insana Al Insana Al Insanu, right? Fi khusrin. This is going to be this is the sentence actually, all right? So Al Insanu is, what is Insanu? It is Mubtada. And what is the khabar? Fi khusrin. All right, so if you keep this example in mind, this will get applied to all the other ones later on, wherever this situation comes. So let's say, for example, there is a way to give an emphasis to this. You put an inna there, that's one. Another way is to put a lam in the beginning. That is known as lam al muzahlaka, right? Sorry, lam al ibtidaiya. Ibtida is when it comes in the right in the beginning. All right, something like this. But it doesn't do anything. All right, it doesn't do anything. No, it doesn't make mubtada mansoob or anything. Nothing. No, no change in Arab. So it just comes there and sits there. Gives the emphasis to the sentence. Now there is an inna coming before it. All right, inna comes. All right, inna says to this lam, "What are you doing here?" He says, this lam says, "I'm giving emphasis to this sentence." All right. So inna is telling, "Now what are you doing here?" So he's telling lam is responding that I'm giving emphasis. So inna says, what kind of emphasis is this? Neither you make any change to it, right? In it's marfu still, the mubtada, and khabar is khabar. So it pushes it away, this lam al ibtidaiya, and this lam al ibtidaiya disappears from here, goes ahead and sits on the khabar silently. Doesn't do anything, doesn't cause any harm to anybody, silently sits here. All right. Now this lam is known as lam al muzahlaka. All right. Muzahlaka means slipped lam, slipped, something that slips, like the skating lam, right? Muzahlaqatun. All right. So lam al muzahlaka is a slipped lam. Now when you have inna coming, so inna makes this mansub. All right. Innal insana lafi khusrin. So this is very common. I mean, throughout the Quran, you'll find this kind of lam al muzahlaka coming. Remember this term. So this is a slip lam. How are you going to identify it? It's always going to be there on the khabar. And you'll always have inna in the beginning in this case, because only then it's going to sit on the khabar. All right. So this means that there is actually double emphasis. One emphasis is there in the beginning, that is with inna, and there is another emphasis in terms of lam al muzahlaka. Right? You got my point?
Yes, sir.
Right? Al muzahlaka. So this is only possible when you have inna there. So you'll not find a situation wherein you will have lam al-muzahalaqa there, but there is no inna. So you will not have that kind of situation, all right? Lam al-muzahalaqa will only be there when there is inna, because otherwise this lam al-muzahalaqa will always be there in the beginning. That's known as lam al-ibtidai in that case. What's mean ibtida? Ibtida means the beginning, right? Right, the beginning. So if so this lam was there in the beginning, that's emphasis. But when inna comes, it pushes it away, it goes and sits on the khabar, and it is known as the slip lam, all right? So now if we look at this, so we have, right? So we have, where did it go? Right, it is. So waw al-atf, right in the beginning. And what's qasama? Fi'lu madin, right? Now we're going to look for its file. Who is the file of qasama? Qasama file is, yes. The file of qasama is mustatir. تقديره هو, right? He. Because there's no marfu noun coming after it. So it'll be mustatir, right? Huwa, taqdiruhu, huwa, it's mustatir. So he swore to them. And what is this huma doing here? It is the mafulun bihi, it is the object. Now then in inni, out of this inni, you have inna is harf tawqid wa nasb, and ya is dhamirun muttasilun, right? And it's ismu inna. And lakuma, again, jar majroor, and this la now. What's this la? You'll say it is Allamu al-Muzahalaqa, right? Min al-Nasihin is a khabar together, but this khabar, this is jar majroor. Min is going to be the khabar, and al-Nasihin is going to be, what's al-Nasihin going to be? It's going to be some majroor. And together this is going to be khabaru inna, all right? So inna, we're going to look for the ism and the khabar, all right? This is clear. And then we're going to reach the next side. فَدَلَّهُمَا بِغُرُورٍ, right? فَدَلَّهُمَا بِغُرُورٍ. So if you, inshallah, when we study Surah Yusuf, you'll find this word coming a few times there. Dalwa, dalwatun. That means a bucket. All right. So ideally, this verb here is, let me write it here for you. It is form two. All right. This verb, and this is like this. This is dalla. All right. I think I need to switch the font so that this is visible, clear, right? Like this. All right, this is form two. All right, it actually means to lower something down, right? So in this case, when we have fa is harfu atf. So he made both of them fall. All right, so if you have the fa before it, if you have the fa, fadalla huma, and huma is also there. Huma is going to be the object. So how are you going to translate it? So he made both of them fall. All right? Huma. So he made both of them fall. Let's go back. Bighurur. Bighurur means by deception. Bighurur means by deception, and this is jar majroor. Now this word mata'ul ghurur. Remember this term? This has come twice in the entire Quran. Mata'ul ghurur is the term used for the dunya. This world, in terms of the Quran, is mata'ul ghurur. All right. Mata. Okay, does anyone know where this appears in the Quran? Two times it appears in the entire Quran. This mata'ul ghurur. All right. Anyone knows this? One is in Surah Al-Imran, ayat number 185. The last 10 ayats, the total number of ayats in Surah Al-Imran is Surah number 3. The total number of ayats in Surah Al-Imran is 200. And its last 20 ayats, right? Last ruku, I would say, are very important, extremely important. And they say that, the scholars say that those ayats, they have the peak of intelligence in them, with respect, appeals to the intelligent people. Inna fi khalqis samawati wa ikhtilafil layl wan nahar la ayatin li ulil albab. And in that you have this term for dunya. It is mata'ul ghurur, right? Mata'ul ghurur. It is the is deception, right? Mata actually means, when you go somewhere, you take mata with you, the kind of, when you're traveling, you take mata. So mata al-gurur. Another one is in Surah Hadid. So these are the two places wherein you'll find mata al-gurur, um, term for the Quran, sorry, for the dunya in the Quran, all right? So here we have bi ghurur, by deception, all right? It's a luxury. This dunya is a luxurious deception, right? Mata al gurur. But here you have fadallahu bi ghurur. So he made both of them fall by deception. So he deceived them. So how did he deceive them? By waswasa. More point. If you get a question, how did the shaitan deceive Adam alayhi salam and Hawa alayhi salam? How did he deceive them? By waswasa. What's waswasa? It is to see, if you have this waswasa, it means to come and whisper, then go away. Come again, whisper and go away. Right? It's like that. You have waswasa in it. So he tempted them or whispered into them. So he used waswasa, and waswasa does not have to be, there doesn't need to be any logic in it, right? It doesn't have to appeal to your mind that what you're doing is right or wrong. So he deceived them, right? He deceived them, made both of them fall by the deception, using what? Using his waswasa. Fa, and again you see zaka, fa lamma zaka, again dual pronoun, right? Zaka, both of them tasted ash-shajara, the tree. So again, in Quran, it's nowhere that it was Hawa alayhi salam who tempted Adam alayhi salam and made him fall for this. No, both of them are equally responsible as per the Quran, right? Falamma, what's the meaning of lamma? So this is lamma. So when you have lamma coming, yes, anyone remembers lamma? Lamma means no wrong answers. You can try lamma. We did study this lamma, right? So what is lamma? Anyone remembers lamma? Lamma is what? Means when. It's lamma al-hiniya. That means that after lamma, when you have fi'l madi coming, it means when. But if after this is the present tense coming, that is fi'l mudara, then this lamma would mean not yet. All right, not yet. So, but mostly we'll deal with this lamma when there is a past tense coming after it. So, zaqa, it means it's a dual. Who is the file? Alif, the taste. Zaqa yazuqu. Zaqa, zaqa, zaqu. Right? So, this is dual. So, who is the file of it? Alif. So, falamma, when both of them tasted. So, I'm saying both of them, right? When they tasted, ideally should be when they tasted, but they is referring to two. So we don't have the dual for in English, right? We have they for two and they for more than two. Falamma, and when they tasted a shajara, shajarata, right? Mansub. Why is this mansub? Because this is the mafudun bihi mansub, right? So zaka is fi'lun, fi'lun madin. And who is the file? Alif. Ash-shajarata is mafudun bihi. So when they tasted the tree, badat lahuma saw'atuhuma. Badat lahuma. Let me put it like this. So this portion here, from here to here, right? So we'll just wait, disappear. All right, so from here to here, we're doing it. There's one section of it. Badat lahuma sawatuhuma. Badat. Badat, the verb is bada yabdu. Bada yabdu means to appear. All right, bada yabdu, or to seem, like say kama yabdu, apparently. So badat, like fa'alat. All right, so this means that its file is going to be a feminine, because this is fa'alat. So badat, so appeared, lahuma, appeared to them. What appeared to them? Sawatuma. So this is the file, all right, because this is marfu. We did yesterday sawat. What's the meaning of sawatuhuma? Did we do this? Sawat, yesterday, sawatuhuma. Here we did, here. Min sawatihima. So same verb. I'm not going to tell you the meaning now. What's the meaning of sawatuhuma? Ma lahuma ma wuriya anhuma min sawatihima, right? We did that, sawatihima. Now again the same word is coming, sawatuhuma. Badat lahuma sawatuhuma. So appear to them. So something became apparent to them. So when they tasted, فَلَمَّا ذَاقَ الشَّجَرَةَ, when they tasted the tree, بَدَتْ لَهُمَا سَوْآتُهُمَا. Yes, what's the meaning of سَوْآتُهُمَا? سَوْآتٌ? I'm giving you 30 seconds.
Sin, sins, sins.
Sins. No. No, 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 no. We did yesterday. I think it should be here. It is. You see, it's still written here. Sawatun is the plural of sawatun, right? Sawatun is the singular. So this means, yes, anyone? The shame, all right? Awratuma.
Shame.
The shame, right? The shame appear to them. Sawatun is the plural of it. So the plural, the synonym of this will be awratuhuma. That's again the same, right? Then got apparent to them. All right. So because this is a non-human plural, all right, sawatun. Sawatun is a non-human plural, right? So that's the reason why we're using a fa'alat for it, all right, badat for it. You want me to tell you the verb for this, badat? So let me write it here for you. So we have the verb bada. What's the verb? Bada, bada, yabdu. All right, bada, yabdu. What's the meaning of bada, yabdu? To appear, all right, to seem or to appear, both meanings. We have a similar verb, bada. Don't confuse these two verbs. All right, this is a verb like this, bada. There's a hamza at the end. All right, in this one, this is a naqis verb. All right, the one that I am putting in green color, not green, all right, dark green. Bada yabdu. This is naqis wawi. Right, there's a waw, there's a naqis. But this one is a hamzated verb because you have a hamza at the end, right? Is it hamzatized or hamzated? So this is not naqis. So bada'a, it means to start, right? Like we say abda'u, I start bismillah rahman. Abda'u bismillah rahman. I start with bismillah rahman rahim, for example. Bada'a was going to be mudari' yabda'u, right? Yabda'u. Let me change its font so that it's going to be visible to you. None of, okay, there it is. Right? Bada'a yabda'u. What's the meaning of bada'a yabda'u? It means to start. The second one, all right? The second one means to start. The first one means to be apparent, to be apparent or to seem, all right? You can write it yourself. Two different verbs, right? Not to get confused between the two. All right, so badat lahuma saw'atuhuma, so their shame became apparent to them. All right. وَطَفِقَ يَخْصِفَانِ عَلَيْهِمَا. Now, second, another clause in this we have وَطَفِقَ. It's a new verb for you, but this is known as al-afal ashuru. All right. وَتَفِ min al-warakal. I was worded like this, first portion. So again, a dual because there's an alif here, right? It's dual. Tafiqa. What's the verb? Tafiqa. All right. And the meaning of tafiqa is to start, like the same one we have bada. But the difference between the two, they, to begin, we write it again here for you. Tafiqa, the difference between bada, or I say, al-afal al-shuru. Did we study afal al-shuru? I don't think we did study afal al-shuru, but that's fine. So this is the verb we have, tafiqa. Tafiqa, all right? So tafiqa is IA group, right? And it's again actually a sister of kana, and it tells us yufidu ashuru. It tells us something when something begins to happen. And with respect to afal shuru, we can have two verbs coming back to back. So tafiqa means tafiqa, they began. طفق, he began, right? طفقت, I began to do something. And so you'll have two verbs coming back to back, right? I always told you not to use two verbs together. This is the reason why, because you're going to use them with afal or shuru, and there are two ways by which you can use two verbs together. One of them is this. So you're having tafiqa yakhsifani. This is a verb. This is also a verb. So this means they began. They began. Yakhsifan means to fasten, right? To fasten. Alayhima, they began to fasten themselves. Min waraqil jannah, from the leaves of the jannah. They began to. Now we have two verbs. Tafiqa, where it began, they started to do something. When you start to do something, you also have among afal shuru, you have akhaza also, right? Akhaza, to begin. Tafiqa, to begin. And you also have bada'a yabda'u, to begin to start. So there also is afal shuru. So here we have tafiqa yakhsifani. Yakhsifan is dual, right? Yakhsifani. So you have khasafa yakhsifu. Khasafa yakhsifu. AI, all right? I'm gonna write it again. Kha si fa. Khasifa yakhsafu. This verb is used in the Quran only twice. One is here, and another is when the same story would come in another surah. I don't recall the surah where it is appearing in the second place, but only twice with respect to the same. Think it's. I'm not sure, but I think it's Surah Anbiya probably. Any which way. So this will mean to fasten, right? To fasten or to stick or to unite. So to fasten. So what they did, they started to fasten themselves alayhima with jar majroor and min waraq al jannah. So waraq al jannati, the leaves of the paradise. Now we'll see that how clear Quran translates it. So where were we? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, oh Adam, over here. All right, so 22. So here we are. So he brought about their fall through deception, bigurur. And when they tasted zaqa of the tree, when they tasted of the tree as shajara, their nakedness was exposed to them, right? That is the sawatihima. Wattafiqa, prompting them, so they started to cover themselves. Yakhsifani means to fasten or say cover themselves. Alayhima, with the leaves from paradise. All right. Very easy translation by Dr. Mustafa Khattab. And you can see the good thing about this translation is that, with all the sections, there's a heading like this. For example, if you see that heading here, Adam and Eve, temptation and the fall. All right. And if you see before it, Satan's arrogance. So like that. So this is what has made this translation very popular. That it gives the idea what is discussed in this section. It gives a heading to it. Weighing deeds on the day of judgment, response to messengers, like this. All right. So we'll just get this.
Have you shared this translation? Have you shared with us?
Clear Quran? No.
Translation?
No,
Okay.
I haven't. I'll share it with you. I had actually shared the different one, the dictionary thing. So I'll share this Clear Quran with you. The translation, this PDF. All right. So wanada huma, nada, what's nada? To call, right? Nada, like we have Yunus al-Islam calling wanada fi zulumat, and he called in the darkness. Wanada huma rabbuhuma, and their Lord called them. Alam anhakuma an tilkuma shajarati wa aqul lakuma inna ash-shaytana lakuma aduwwun mubin. The rest of it will inshallah do tomorrow, but your job would be to find the verbs in this line here, which is a part of the same ayat. All right, just find the verb and do its madhi and mudara. We'll continue this tomorrow. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.